Hi, I'm Jude from headfi.org. On this episode of headfi TV, we're going to briefly introduce you to a big update to the JH Audio and Astell&Kern Universal Fit Siren Series line of in-ear monitors. At the Winter 2015 Portable Audio Festival held by eEarphone in Tokyo, JH Audio and Astell&Kern are announcing updates to all of their Siren Series Universal Fit models, as well as launching an entirely new Universal Fit Siren Series model of in-ear monitor, which we'll get to in just a minute. At the festival, JH Audio and Astell&Kern are going to announce that their entire Universal Fit Siren Series line is now going to be called the Siren Series Full Metal Jacket line, as each piece in the line will now be machined from solid blocks of metal. The flagship JH Audio Layla Universal will now be machined from solid titanium, and the Roxanne and Angie Universals will be machined from solid aluminum. Now, it's not just the main body housings that are going to be crafted from solid metal, but also the cap and sound bores. And speaking of the sound bores, all of the Siren Series Full Metal Jacket models will continue the use of JH Audio's Freak Phase stainless steel time and phase waveguide, which uses surgical stainless tubing to control how and when the sound travels to your ear, the idea there being to provide more precise, more consistent phase and time alignment. Even the cable jacks and plugs are new and improved, and also made of metal, which we'll also say more about in just a bit. While the audio circuit in the Layla and the Angie models remain the same, both benefit from the added rigidity and dampening of their new solid metal bodies. All four models just arrived at our office, so I haven't yet had a chance to extensively compare the Full Metal Jacket Layla and Angie to their previous versions, but I can comfortably say that both the Full Metal Jacket versions of the Layla and the Angie are at least the sonic equals of their previous versions. One of the biggest pieces of news in the Full Metal Jacket lineup, however, is the new Full Metal Jacket Universal Roxanne, as she comes with an improved circuit design. This latest version of the Roxanne has been tweaked with the Layla crossover. The Roxanne was JH Audio's flagship before the Layla, and like the Layla, the Roxanne has a 12 drivers per ear design with quad low, quad mid, and quad high drivers in each ear. Now, while the Angie and the Layla had JH Audio's newer, steeper, more complex fourth-order type crossovers because they were newer, the Roxanne did not, as she was born before Jerry Harvey developed the more advanced crossover design. Well, now Roxanne does have the new fourth-order crossover design, and the steeper nature of the fourth-order crossovers should mean more usable range with the Roxanne's adjustable bass than the previous Roxanne. The new Roxanne maintains the 15 dB bass adjustment range that it had before versus the rest of the line, which has 10 dB adjustment range, but the amount to which you bass heads can usably push Roxanne on the bass adjustment dials should be improved. Again, these units just arrived and I've only had a chance to briefly audition the new Roxanne, and I'm happy to report that she maintains the character of the previous version custom Roxanne, right here, that I've been using for a while now, and I can't wait to play with the Full Metal Jacket Roxanne to hear the flexibility that the new crossover design opens up. Perhaps even bigger news in the Siren Series Full Metal Jacket lineup is the addition of an entirely new model. Now, as you may know, all of the JH Audio Siren Series models are named after famous rock song women. Roxanne, Layla, Angie, and now comes Rosie, named after the lady in AC/DC's song Whole Lotta Rosie. Now, you AC/DC fans may be familiar with the story behind Bon Scott's real-life meeting with the lady who found herself the subject of the song, and if you are, you know why the song is titled Whole Lotta Rosie. For those of you not familiar with the song, it's a story worth looking up. The brand new JH Audio Rosie will be the most affordable of the JH Audio Astell&Kern Universal Fit Siren Series Full Metal Jacket models, priced at $899. Like Roxanne and Angie, Rosie is crafted from a solid block of aluminum and has a copper anodized aluminum cap, which I love the color of, by the way. It's maybe my favorite color of all the new models. Now, Rosie is a 6 drivers per side design, dual low, dual mid, dual high, and like the rest of the Siren Series Full Metal Jacket line, Rosie uses Freak Phase and JH Audio's fourth-order crossover design, and like the other Sirens, Rosie has adjustable bass with a 10 decibel bass adjustment range. In the brief time I've had to listen to Rosie so far, and I'll listen to her a lot more going forward, I'm sure, she reminds me a lot of my JH Audio JH13 Pro Customs with Freak Phase, but with adjustable bass, of course. Now, since the JH13 Pro Custom starts at $1,099, I find the Rosie a very strong value at $899. Now, I haven't yet had time to do a direct side-by-side comparison with the JH13, so I won't say yet that I can tune the Rosie to sound exactly like it, but I suspect I'm going to be able to get pretty close. Now, with the added 10 decibels of bass adjustment range and the fourth-order crossover, I love the increased flexibility of Rosie versus my JH13. For example, I was just listening to a mixed genre playlist being randomly shuffled, and Hosier's song titled Like Real People Do came on, and I left Rosie's bass adjustment where I had it, which was at about 1/3 turn up from minimum because there's prominent low energy content throughout most of that song. Then the next song that came on was the Captain and Tennille's Love Will Keep Us Together. Ever since watching the Wrecking Crew documentary, which I love and which I've watched at least a dozen times now, and you should watch it too. Anyway, since watching Wrecking Crew, I have a bunch of classic pop rock tracks on this playlist that were played by the legendary Wrecking Crew session players. Anyway, the classic leaner toned Captain and Tennille song benefited from a healthy further clockwise turn on the bass dials for even more boost. Now there are times I wish I could do that with my JH13 Pro, but I can do it now with the Rosie. So at $899, it's made in a very, very, very impressive first impression. Now while I'm on the topic of price, let's go over pricing for the entire JH Audio and Astell&Kern Siren Series Full Metal Jacket lineup. Again, the Rosie goes for $899, the Angie is $1,299, Roxanne is $1,899, and the Layla is priced at $2,799. One more thing I want to mention that I think is very cool with the new lineup is that JH Audio brought cable experts Moon Audio in to improve the connectors and the cables. Moon Audio's work resulted in higher quality connectors, with the pins and the IEMs themselves now being made of gold-plated beryllium copper. The cable connectors are also improved with tightened fit of the female cable side plugs over the pins and overall tighter tolerances. Also, Moon Audio now makes the earpiece connector and cable side tightening nut out of anodized aluminum. The 2.5mm balanced plug body is entirely overmolded so that there's no metal-to-metal contact with the chassis of digital players. The 3.5mm unbalanced plug has a longer neck for better reach through mobile phone cases. The inline bass controls now have an improved housing that looks better, feels more durable, and recesses the dials more than before. Simply put, the two included Moon Audio cables, which by the way are entirely manufactured by Moon Audio in the United States, are a big improvement and a really nice touch since they're included again with every one of these Siren Series Full Metal Jacket models. So that's a quick rundown of the new and improved line of Siren Series Universal Fit in-ear monitors from JH Audio and Astell&Kern. I hope those attending the Portable Audio Festival in Tokyo have a chance to listen to the new Full Metal Jacket line, and the rest of us should be able to order these very soon from Astell&Kern's international network of dealers and on JH Audio's website. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on HeadFi TV and on the forums at headfi.org.